I I love the beginning of the story of the Hobbit, and um, in many ways, I can really relate to the character of Bilbo Baggins because as a Hobbit, hobbits love their comfort and they love their routine and the comfort of their Hobbit hole. And I love routine and I love comfort and ritual. And the other thing about hobbits, though, is they love adventure. They can't resist a good adventure, but it creates this tension. And so the book opens, and initially Bilbo wants to stay home and he doesn't want trouble. He doesn't want anything new. But then Gandalf says to him, well, there might be an adventure. And ultimately Bilbo can't resist. And so he heads out and hits the road. And I love that theme, and I definitely can relate to that theme because although I love ritual and comfort, I also love challenge, and I love seeking out new adventure and breaking new ground. And today I was reflecting on different times when I've broken new ground or it felt like that. And one of the ideas from NLP is that experience has structure. In other words, there are patterns that we can notice in our experience. So certainly the way that I experience breaking new ground would be different than the way you may do it. But if you look at examples where you broke new ground, or you made a new discovery, or you tried something new, there probably is a pattern to the ways in which you do it. And for me, sometimes I seek out something new. It might be a new activity or visiting a new city, trying a new type of food. And sometimes breaking new ground or newness is thrust upon us. This last couple of years, obviously, we've all had a lot of change thrust upon us. So whether we liked it or not, we all had to get used to many new things. But I think I like it best when it's something that I get curious and it gets me to come out of my shell and take a step. Very often, I would say my pattern of breaking new ground is very often I might have an idea about something, I start getting curious, and maybe I research it a little bit, and then I remember at one time I wanted to take I hadn't really taken yoga very much, so I wanted to take yoga classes. So I researched a little bit, but then I walked around the neighborhood and I looked at yoga centers, and I think for me that's usually a big first step is let me just go look at the school and see what it feels like. And when I started Aikido, it was a similar thing. I visited a couple schools, and then I didn't go for quite a while. And then one day I woke up and I said, you know what, it's time to go to Aikido. And I went and I signed up that day. When I started studying modern dance a bit, it was the same thing. I had watched dance over the years, and then one day I realized, like, wow, I really want to take dance class, and it just never hit me. And I had a lot of trepidation about it, a lot of nervousness, and so I went down. I found this school, and I just went to the school and I watched classes for a little while, and then I think it was a couple of days later I went down and I dealt with my nerves and my embarrassment and the awkwardness of being a beginner, and I took a class. And the great thing was pretty much nobody even noticed. I think I was worried that I wouldn't look good or something like that, but it was a blast, and it ended up being something that I did quite a lot and really enjoyed and made a lot of great friends. I remember one of the first times that I traveled by myself, again, the idea just popped into my head. Wow, I've heard about Barcelona and I just want to go. And I made this decision. I said, I'm going to go to Barcelona. And I had met one person over there. And so I got in touch with him before I went. But basically, I booked a ticket, and I booked a hotel, and I flew there, and I muddled my way around and had an amazing time seeing this incredible city. So those are some of the patterns that come up for me when I try something new or I break new ground. And I think whether I'm aware of it or not, there's always this thing of testing your comfort zone and finding a balance of something new and a feeling of challenge or adventure, and making sure that there's enough safety so that I feel like I can try something new. Yeah, I was thinking about the guy David Bell, who started parkour, and I went and listened to him give a talk once, and he was jumping from like one platform 30 feet in the air to another one 20 feet away, and it was really amazing, and everyone kind of felt like, oh my God, he's risking everything. And when he spoke to us, he said something interesting, which was, he said that he never takes a jump that he isn't completely sure that he can perform, and that everything he's seeing us do, he's done thousands and thousands of times. So to us, it looks like he's taking this huge jump for the first time, but for him, it's something that he just does day in, day out. And he said in the beginning, you start with jumping a couple feet just on the ground, and then little by little he built up, and he started testing the edge a little bit. But each time he would make sure he achieved a certain level of safety and comfort and mastery before he would challenge at the next level. So as the new year is approaching, for me, it's a time of reflection, and a time when I start to think, okay, what's the new ground that I want to test and break into this year. So I hope you have some wonderful adventures in the coming year, and love to hear about it.